हेलो एवरीवन, वेलकम टू 4 डायमेंशनल इन्फोटेक यूट्यूब चैनल। तो हमारे आज के इस वीडियो में हमने फंक्शन कीज का यूज कैसे करते हैं ये कम्प्लीटली कवर किया है। तो इस वीडियो को आखिर तक जरूर देखना। So let's check it out.
When you hit F1, that is for online help, you will get a dialog box that is Autodesk AutoCAD. Then you can go through the options that what you knew in the AutoCAD newer version and which video you want to update. You just play and then listen and upgrade yourself. What is new in the user interface, what new commands are there in the new version,
removes the
then
existing
how
text
to share
and
the
adds the
work and how to review the work. So related videos are there. Easily you can access those videos and make sure you sign in with the Autodesk account. Here what I am doing, the same way you have to do to take the online help. And the next function key is F2. When you hit on F2, that is for command history. So make sure your F2 is on to get the command history. For example, here I am just doing the drawing by using the line command, and then on the F8, that is ortho on. So if you want to get to know what commands we use till now, then you just press F2. That is about the command history. Here it is giving you the list that what command we use, what operations we did, like that. Next one is F3, that is object snap on or off. By hitting F3 command, or else you can just click on the icon what I am showing here on the screen. Even you can go ahead with the DS enter. The object snap is nothing but it will help you to snap the particular points like end point, midpoint, tangent point, intersect point, like that. For example, here I am just done with the line command, and now the F3 is off, and even I have done the circle also, but I am not able to track the end point, midpoint, center point. But before that, you should make sure your F3 is on to get the tracking of the particular objects. Those are end point, midpoint, intersect point, center point. Like this F3, that is object snap, will help you to track the end point or any other points. Even if I am going with the rectangle, if I am not getting the geometric center, make sure your geometric center option is on or not. So these all the option will help you to track the particular points of an object, which helps us to get a more accuracy of a drawing. One more example that I can give is when I go with the circle, and if I am trying to draw only the tangent, here what I am doing is I have a two circle, and then I am taking the line command to draw the tangent. But you can see I am not getting the proper tangent because all the points are on in the F3. To get a proper tangent, make sure you can go through the F3 and then on the tangent option. That even you can operate with the shift right click or control right click. Now here I just type DS enter and then I keep the tangent point, and then easily you get that tangent point only. So by using this, we can exactly draw the tangent line, and when you want to on the remaining point, once you're done with the recent drawing, then again you can go and then on or off. Fourth one is F4, that is object snap in 3D mode. Before that, I'm just moving ahead with the 3D modeling interface workspace. So you can go and then click the 3D modeling workspace and make sure you click on the home symbol. And then I have a 2D drawings. First I want to convert it into 3D by using the extrude option or else press pull option to convert any 2D object into 3D. And then you can change the visual style into wireframe or realistic. So here I am having an option that is vertex and endpoint, midpoint. If your F4 option is on, then it will help you to track the endpoint, center point in 3D modeling or 3D workspace. If it is off, then you don't able to track those points. It is just like F3. F3 will help you in 2D mode, and then F4 will help you in the 3D modeling or 3D workspace. Again, I am switching it into top and then keeping the visual style into wireframe. Now let's move ahead with the F5, that is isometric plane change. As you can see here, I have a grid that is 2D grid. Both the horizontal and vertical grid lines are there to draw the 2D drawing. But whenever you want to draw the isometric drawings, make sure your Fi is on to get the by default isometric plane. It is nothing but the horizontal line, you will get it in 30°. And I'm just moving my cursor into left, right or top, bottom like that. When you can't able to switch, then you make sure your Fi is on, and then you have that particular options called isoplane top, right and left. Next one is F6, that is Dynamic UCS on. This is also helps you in 3D workspace. I'm just switching it into 3D workspace and I'm just doing with the 2D shape, and then to convert that into 2D to 3D, I'm using extrude, or else you can go ahead with the press and pull. As you can see here, I am ready with 3D box and I want to draw any 2D shape just exactly over the selected plane. So once you get a highlighted plane, so you can draw any 2D shape exactly over the selected plane. If your F6 is off, then the 2D shape will go anywhere on the working space. You are not getting exact on the plane where you want. As you can see here, I am able to see the grid that you can on it or off it by using the F7, or else type DS enter and then click on the snap and grid, and then on the grid or snap. Next one is F8, that is ortho mode on or off. Whenever you are working with the line command, so if you want to get the straight line, then make sure your F8 is on, and if you want to move your line freely, then make sure your F8 is off. Next one is F9, that is snap on or off. So when you are snap on, then you are restricting to just draw with the help of snap tracking. You can't able to draw the line freely where you want. So make sure your F9 is off while making the drawing freely. Next one is F10, that is polar tracking on. When your polar tracking is on, so that it will help you to track with a particular angle, but it is vice versa, like when you F8 on, automatically you can't able to track with the angle. Make sure the depending on the requirement you are owning the F10 and F8. So I'm just going with the F10 now to track the particular angle. I'm getting the angle which I set it on, and if you want to switch it into different angle, then you can click on the 90, 180 like that. For every 90-degree angle you get the tracking. So like this way, depending on your requirement on which angle you want the tracking, then you can just click. Even you can customize or add the new angle by clicking on the new option. Here I am adding the 12 angle. For every 12 angle, means for 12, 24, 36 like this, I am getting the tracking. So this command will help you to track the particular angle, that is nothing but F10. That is polar tracking. Polar means you can track the angle in a circle way, whole 360-degree. Next one is F11, that is object snap tracking, which will help the tracking the object points. Here you can see I can't able to track the reference point from the initial point. So it is not possible when your F11 is off. To track that particular point, make sure your F11 is on, so that easily I can track that initial point and then I can easily draw with the reference of that. Next one is F12, that is dynamic input on. When the dynamic input is on, then you can get the information related to command. For example, I am working with the line command, means it is guiding me that specify the first point, second point like that. If I am working with the circle, means it is displaying the information like specify the center point like that.
If you like this video, then subscribe our YouTube channel.